It's Women in IT Day, and Artur Kurasiński, entrepreneur, business angel, investor, is here with me. Thank you for joining me, Artur.
Thank you for having me.
Artur, before we dive deep into topic that you have covered recently, I want to ask you about the pace of development of technology. I wonder if it's more of a steady as she goes, or is it a fast track? What would you say?
Well, it's like F1 formula. It's like speeding ahead of everything that we know. We're living in a very, very curious time. From one point of view, you can say this is very incredible how technology is influencing us, it's changing our lives. But on the other hand, how it can be destructive. And this is something that we have to put in front of us when we are discussing about how technology is changing our lives, because in many, many ways it has very negative impact. So this is something that we need to understand, because technology, it's very obvious. You can use it in a good way, but also you can use it to hurt someone. So we have to regulate, we have to be aware of the problems. We have this history, we have this experience coming from the social media time, building Facebook and other platforms, and right now we have to think about it and implement it when we are talking about the AI and generative AI especially.
Well, I believe that we can see every day that technology has started inevitably improving our lives in different ways, but you capture my attention by saying that there is also a flip side. Could you elaborate on that?
Well, we're living in a time when many corporations, especially the big tech, so-called big tech, are focusing on the revenues, and they are like losing the human side, human touch from the side. And this is something that is very common right now, but we know this is very bad and we have to fight back. I feel that we're living in the right time in our civilization, in our history of civilization, because we pretty much understand that if we want to regulate, if you want to say, hey, you have to guys stop, because otherwise you will lose something. In that case, for example, democracy, the peace or something like this, because fake news can be, they can be a weapon of mass destruction.
Do you believe that problems that you have just described can also hinder women who are willing to contribute to that industry, who want to take part in it?
Well, of course, in the beginning we heard that only 16% of all IT workers are women. That's
not enough.
Yeah, it's frustrating because it's not reflecting how the world is built. So this is a problem because many people, many young women are told, you are not going to be engineer because engineers are men. And why not? Because this is very pop culture kind of cliche. So we have to change how the pop culture is projecting this kind of people. When you are talking about, for example, the space program, the Apollo missions, many of the very beautiful people working there were women, and they were actually human computers because they were calculating how the rockets can go from Earth to Moon. And everyone was like, okay, so the men are the leaders, men are leaders, and it was of course the false. And this is something what's happening in IT. Many people are working in IT, there's not so much women, and women are told, IT, maybe it's not something for you.
Okay, so basically the world of IT says no to women, so how can we shift it to make it say yes for women to join it?
Yeah, this is a very good question. From my point of view, from my experience, I would love to say that we have to stop saying IT is something very, very fragile and big and marvelous. This is our lives. When you wake up every day, you check your email. When you wake up, you're probably also looking at the calendar. Then you're using a platform to communicate with your fellow colleagues in work. Then you are using algorithms to watch because you are using some of your streaming platform. So everything that you're touching during your workday it's connected to IT, to technology. But when you are phrasing it, it's IT, people are afraid. When you're saying, hey, probably you can be very good at PMing, project managing this kind of problem, or you can be part of our team of people adjusting or evaluating something from QA team.
So like different opportunities for women that they can
there
start.
are lots of different jobs you can make and you can create, and you can invite people to work with it. Because IT is not about coding anymore. Yeah. It's about very large landscape of things, and especially women has a different kind of taste and different kind of point of view, and we can use it. And this will be a very beautiful world to live in.
Today at the Women in the IT Day, you had the power speech. You also participated in a debate. How do you feel about that event overall?
Well, it's very important that we have this kind of events, because especially when it's there's lots of very good and very big corporation companies behind it, because we are empowering women, saying to them, we're signaling to them, hey, you are not alone. You can join us, and it's not something only for nerds, for young men living in a basement. It's something very common. And technology, it's not only coding the next Facebook. Technology and working technology can be also like something connected with sociology, psychology. So it's not only bits and bytes, but also the human side of the technology.
Artur, that was an amazing talk. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon somewhere at the scene.
I hope so.
Thank you.
Thank you.